Hello. So, it's me, your least favorite streamer, Moth. So today is actually, well, let me, words. What are words? Well, you're about to hear 3 hours and, like something in the realm of 50 minutes of words coming from me, my mouth, Moth, the streamer. Isn't that exciting? Okay, so, let me explain what's going on. Some of you, well, if you're watching this video, you're watching it on YouTube, and you've been watching my Paper Mario stream to its completion. Which, wow, that's amazing. Thank you very much. I'm honored to have narrated so much of your life as you probably did something else. So, I streamed the end of no. Let me start the story from the beginning proper. So my computer had an update that affected basically nothing, except one thing in particular, and that was the output channel on my VST that has my, or not my VST, but my the program I use for my voice when I'm streaming, which means that none of when I went in and I actually played this game, which for the record, this is not necessarily me playing live. Um, so when I went in, I realized far too late that gosh, I'm fucking great at telling stories. I'm as good at telling stories as I am streaming. Yeah, all right. So the end joke here of what I'm trying to say is that I totally streamed for 3 hours and 50 minutes to the entire completion of Paper Mario, narrating the entire thing, mind you, live like I normally do, only to realize that because the output channel had changed, none of my voice had ever gone through at all. So today, I'm redubbing that video you're watching right now. And, I'm not gonna do too many character voices, partially because I'm not gonna have the same natural rhythm as when I was doing this live, and you know, I was reading off basically everything. I killed my throat for this stream, and, it is so gone. So, what I've got here is, I've got a cider, and a few hours to kill, so I thought to myself, hey, I'm just gonna do something with this video. I didn't want to upload it entirely without commentary, and that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a commentary for the most part. After I've had a little bit to drink, I might do some of the voices just for fun. Here's the fresh sound of me cracking open cider. I don't even think that's gonna come off on my microphone. But if you heard it, bottoms up. So, one of the things I was thinking about is that the finale is interesting that this sort of intermission scene, there isn't really a whole lot of interactivity to it. I mean, it's basically just dialogue for the entire thing. I did really enjoy doing my faux German, like, evil villain voice, because all Germans are evil, of course, for Cammy Koopa. Which you have heard several times leading up to this, and I'm sure that none of my voices have been even the slightest bit consistent. But yeah, here we are, learning the horrible truth about Bowser's evil plan. Oh. Getting Peach tied up because he's into bondage or something like that. Also, I really like how Twink uses the phrase Koopa here in order to actually imply like insult. Like, Twink is kind of a racist when you think about it. Because there are a lot of Koopas who aren't evil. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'll be honest, I'm tearing up for my life right now for the fact that it's like 11 o'clock at night and I'm sitting here with my cider, my only friend in the world right now, to help me entertain you for 3 hours and 50 minutes. You know, honestly, I don't even remember what this guy's power was. I don't think I used it. Like, I think I may have used it once or twice in the finale. I honestly don't remember. I streamed this like 2 weeks ago, and so, you know, I needed to wait. I needed to simmer down a little bit. Um, oh right, just up and away. The totally useless power that makes it so that you don't get any star points for defeating your opponents. At which point, why? Like, if something can be killed with up and away, then chances are it could also have been killed with a liberal application of Star Storm, which may have gotten you a small handful of star points. That's what this game called them. My only wish is for you to save this precious world. I was actually quite impressed by the fact that I finished the everything up in 350. I do remember that there's like I think there's 2 crashes in the entirety of this, so not only do I have to narrate me playing through to the entire end of the game, but also I have to narrate the fact that the game's going to crash. One of which is at an absolutely horrible time. There are some things I didn't end up getting to do. Like, I never really intended for this to be a 100% all the way through kind of stream. I mean, the thing about, like, wanting to be an RPG streamer is that the games themselves are so long to begin with that, you know, quite frankly, you have to be really dedicated to watch a streamer play an RPG all the way through, because it's going to take probably something close to 10 episodes, depending on how much they're playing at a time. And on top of that, it's like, I could have easily turned this for another, like, 5, I think, roughly. 5 or so streams had I not, like, gone through with the end of the game. The music in this section is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I just really cannot overstate how much I love all of the music for, like, the Shiver City chapter. I don't even remember what chapter this is. I don't know what numbers are. If I knew what numbers are, I might not do silly things like stream for 3 hours and 50 minutes while not actually broadcasting my voice. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, didn't anyone tell you that you weren't broadcasting? Well, I do have a couple of people that regularly show up to watch my streams who, like, actually chat with me and the like. You'll know who you are if you're listening. And I was streaming at a really weird hour that day, and so none of my regulars were actually around and in. Otherwise, they might have saved me from the embarrassment of realizing. And you might also be asking yourself, well, why don't you just go back to a save game? Well, you see, this only has one save file. It's not like those modern games, no, not those wonderful, wonderful modern innovations that let you do things like, for example, have multiple save files. Be able to go back to certain points in the game, perhaps. No, siree. Not in the slightest. See, now, normally when I'm streaming, I talk about, what am I doing? And it's like, if I'm looking at this video right now and I was trying to remember what I was doing, my only real guess is that I might be trying to deliver one of the letters. I mean, this is going to be as confusing of an experience for myself as it will be for you. Oh yes, this is actually the use of up and away. No, it's not. It's the use of chill out. What the fuck am I talking about? See, I'm even bad at providing commentary on my own videos that I can't stream properly. I am a multi-layered experience when it comes to my failures. I think I may have over-leveled when this playthrough. Either that or my, like, adult pragmatism caused me to just be a little overzealous in my badge applications, because I did find the end of the game to be rather easy. There is really something to be said for the simplicity of the Paper Mario series, quite frankly, particularly in relation to how it handles combat. It doesn't try to be realistic in the slightest, and in this particular case, it really plays to the game's favor. Because there are, you know, a lot of RPG games, they try, well, a lot of games in general these days, they try to bend towards realism so much. And the Paper Mario series is really a fantastic example of a game that doesn't at all try to be realistic and is so much better as a result. And now, I mean, that's kind of obvious because it's a Mario game, but, you know, everything is abstracted to a fantastic degree in, like, the attack power, the damage, the defense system, the action commands, everything about it it's a really phenomenal game. And I enjoyed playing this game so much. I was feeling really, like, heated and positive and all of those other wonderful things right up until I realized that I hadn't broadcasted my voice for 3 hours and 50 minutes. Oh, trust me, we're gonna be in for salt all night. I saw your triumph in a vision. Now, finally, it is time to take back the Star Rod. Mario, the fate of the stars rests squarely on your See, I'm, like, going so fast. And you could actually tell, like, where here I am sitting here, like some sort of chump. Like, laughing to myself, doing the commentary, being like, oh yeah, you know, my audience is gonna find these jokes that I'm saying funny that aren't being broadcasted because I'm a chump. You saved the last Star Spirit. Congratulations. Bowser doesn't have a chance. You'll have that Star Rod back at Star Haven in no time. Best of luck. Hey, by the way, I still haven't found that Star Kid who's been playing hide and seek. Have you seen him? Fuck, yeah, see, I'm just going way too fast. Honestly, I probably wasn't even reading these. I was probably just trying to figure out who to deliver the letter to. In fact, I distinctly remember saying out loud, somewhere around this point, something along the lines of, "Where the hell is that Toad? You aren't Frosty either. What the fuck is this?" So I probably wasn't actually reading these things. We do finish the letter chain, though, I think. And I think that's the last letter in the letter chain, too. Going all the way back to Goomba Village. It's like the very furthest point in the game, all the way back to the very beginning of the game. I thought the letter chain was a great idea for a quest line. I wish that Parakarry would have gotten a little bit more screen time and personality, although I kind of think that about all of the companions. I do find it funny how, in this game, I'm not a huge fan of Bo, the Boo companion, but in Thousand Year Door, Vivian, the, like, shadow ghost creature thing, is absolutely one of my favorite companions. It would be interesting to do, like, a comparison of the two games, specifically on, like, which game had the better companions. I'm gonna stream Thousand Year Door at some point. But it's not gonna be for a little while. I'm gonna wait before I do, another Mario series game. If you're curious, I do actually have my next RPG picked out, I think. I really am eyeing Legend of Grimrock at the moment, which is a modern interpretation of the classic dungeon crawler genre. And I think that would be a very good game for me to do next. I also only just recently got it. I did test it out a little bit to see how it was, but... One of the things that we did not end up getting to do in this playthrough was the secret 100-room dungeon in the bottom of the sewers somewhere. Which I'm like 99% sure that is in this game. I know that they had a very similar thing in Thousand Year Door, but I'm like 99% sure there was a similar thing in this one. Like, maybe I'm totally wrong. Like, honestly, I could be completely just, like, flabbergastingly wrong. It's amazing how good I am at those dodges, and by good, I mean absolutely not in the slightest. It's almost like I might have a disability of some sort that impairs my sense of timing, reflexes, and ability to perform sequences of actions reliably. Cough, cough. I should voice the penguins just to get that obnoxious Midwestern accent. Penguins are saying the monster slayed for good. Phew, I'll finally go travel and I can... Wow, that was way too fast. I was not reading that. Bad streamer. Bad Moth. Also, I think I've practiced my Fargo penguin voice so much that I can just drop into it on a hat now. Mario, I took a nap and I woke up and there were all these items. And it was the weirdest thing. The floor was all wet, as if snow had melted everywhere. Do you think someone left these as a present for you, Mario? But who would do that? So much mushroom. That ice potato is very, very crucially important to the stream, by the way. You may be thinking, how is a frozen potato going to be important? Just trust me, it'll be very important later on. Oh, can I do my Fargo voice now for the penguins? Please past me. Let me do the silly penguin voice. Everyone hates the silly penguin voice. That's why I have to do it. Yeah, I was actually, like, thinking to myself that I should if I had a piano, I would do it like a soulful jazz version of the Pengy Hop song. You're like, Pengy, Pengy, Pengy Hop, so much fun it just can't stop. Pengy, Pengy, Pengy Hop. I don't remember the rest. Sorry. But something to that extent, and I'm probably gonna sound like a complete doofus on the recording, because I didn't even give this guy the fun bad Pengy voice. I'm gonna wait till I talk to a real Pengy, and not some Pengy with eyebrows. Real penguins don't have eyebrows. Top 10 ways to remove your unsightly penguin eyebrows. This week in Cosmo Penguinton. Oh dear. Oh, now I'm gonna, like, neglect myself by not talking. Oh. No, I thought I was gonna go talk to a penguin. No more fun penguin voice. Oh, I just wanted to say that I read your article on removing unsightly penguin eyebrows, and I thought that it was just really swell. I've just got so much confidence now, because I had to go out and you know, get some special waxes for my eyebrows that were unsightly. I'm not drunk enough for this. I can fix that, however. By the power of alcohol intolerance, I will become embarrassingly drunk from one cider. Okay, unpopular opinion time. Cider is vastly superior to beer. And I just want to say to any of my followers, like especially if you happen to be a younger individual and you know, you might just now be able to like drink for the first time or be looking forward to that, don't think that beer's the greatest shit, especially if you're like a young guy, because everyone tries to say that beer is like masculine and stuff like that. Like, you are not like you're not gonna be any less of like a guy if you drink like actually something that tastes good. Like, seriously, unpopular fucking opinion here, because I know that, like, I know some people like their beer, but, like, if you want to know what the beer experience is, beer is basically moldy bread water. Like, I'm just gonna let you know that right now. And, like, I find it so bizarre when people try to, like, go, oh, you know, like, people shit on girly, like, cocktails or whatever. But it's like, honey, please. My drink is actually an enjoyable experience, and it has 10 times the amount of alcohol as yours. So you can kindly shut the fuck up. The stream is gonna get banned by Nintendo because I'm talking about adult topics over Paper Mario, and that's not an association they would want. Must be pretty gloomy around the castle, huh? I'm sure the people there are depending on you, Mario. The only way to help them is to beat Bowser and save Princess. Thank you, sir. What would we do without postal service? Oh, how interesting. A letter from Goombaria. Or a letter for Goombaria. I guess I should open it. I remember she wrote a letter just the other day, and I was wondering what it was. I see, I guess it was a question. And this seems like the answer. It seems pretty complicated, but I think I understand. I'll tell her all about it. Thanks so much for the prompt delivery. Here, take this. And I actually do use the Lucky Day badge for the rest of the stream, and it is my friend. It was a good reward for going through the effort of actually finishing that quest line. And, you know, I just gotta say, I know, adult topics, but what do you think that that letter was about? Because I think I know what that letter was about. I think it was about how stars have kids. I think that the Goombario's letter said, "Where do baby stars come from?" And that poor toad had to come up with some elaborate explanation for how star spirit entities come into existence. Okay, but could you imagine... I'm not gonna finish that. I'm not gonna finish that. I'm sorry, but there are limits to what I'm willing to talk about when I'm not drunk enough to discuss star spirit pregnancy quite yet. Quite yet. Maybe later. I mean, please. Paper Mario is a very mature game for very refined individuals. That's why it has, like, That's why it has, gambling. See? It's got gamblings, and what do you think all those tasty tonics are? I'll tell you what a tasty tonic is. Called Mojito. Mario went to the Shiver region to look for the last star spirit and discovered the legendary Crystal Palace on top of Shiver Mountain. The palace is said to have been built and dedicated to the star spirit. Bowser's evil followers, however, had taken it over. Mario had put those goons on ice and saved the last star spirit. Now with all of those star spirits together, they're on their way to... Shooting Star Summit! It's finally time to head for Bowser's Castle. Good luck, Mario. Who is this? Who writes this? You know, I didn't think about this at first, but who actually is spending their time writing that? Like, is there a toad creepily stalking Mario throughout this entire game? Writing down things just for the news? Is this the great Paper Mario character we never get to see? The great Toad news reporter, who's never on camera because they're just that good at blending into the background? Present at every single major battle. And that should be a follower in a future game. We should... I'm trying to think of, like, what is a T-related word that also means, like, news or... like, reportee? That doesn't really work. Okay, you know what? I'm sticking with it, though. Reportee is my new Toad OC. So if you're watching this and you have some artistic skills and you want to make me happy, go ahead and draw Reportee. The stalker news Toad, who has been following Paper Mario his entire little adventure. If you want to send it to me, you can. Just flick it in an email over to mothmode@hotmail.com. And I'll check it out. Might even feature your art on the stream if you want. But let's be real, by the time that someone's gonna watch this series all the way through on YouTube, I'm gonna be like 87 years old, and I'll have died 40 years ago. And they're gonna send an email, and like Hotmail's not even gonna be a thing anymore. Ah, let's read the diary. I heard a rumor that I actually have a lot of fans. Wow! What great news! To live up to their expectations, I want to play the lead in an adventure. Of course, my name would have to be in the title. That'd be sweet. But I know it'll never happen. I heard that a door appeared in Toad Town. They say it leads to flower fields. I guess lots of flower spirits live in that flowery place. Flower spirits? I bet their souls are as beautiful as the prettiest flowers. Somebody said to me that a way will open up if you use a scarf in a bucket. What? A scarf for a snowman? Wouldn't it melt him? Yesterday I got stuck in the trapdoor when entering my secret room. Have I been using it too much, or am I putting on weight? I'd better oil it to make it open easier. I don't know what my Luigi voice is. At this point, I was basically just like going around and doing a couple of the minor like side things before actually committing to going and beating the game. I don't know why I went in this house. I know it's not where I was supposed to be going, because I immediately, like, go to the other side and actually go get that star piece, but I just decide, you know, let's go in that house. Why not? This house is gonna be great. You know, honestly, I might be giving better commentary now than when I actually was playing this game. There are basically two reasons for that to be the case. The first is that I wasn't drunk. Or getting progressively more drunk as I was narrating this experience the first time. So I've been trying to think of an interesting name for my regular hunting game streams, because that's kind of one of my things. I do role-playing games and I do hunting games. That's like the two most consistent things I actually stream. So I was thinking, like, what about Moth Goes Wild? That might be a bit much, though, huh? Sadly, I never did find a way to fix, Cabela's Dangerous Hunts too. Which makes me very sad. I was genuinely getting into that little roundabout adventure. But that is a risk I take when choosing to, emulate games. I find it interesting how frequently the phrase emulate has become a part of my regular day-to-day vocabulary. Just from basically this. Oh shit, I think I'm actually going to the place to do the thing. I think I'm actually about to start the end of the game. I think I'm done dilly-dallying. What am I doing? Why am I opening up? Oh. Okay, I still have another letter to deliver, so I haven't quite begun the actual end of the game. We're still in that intermission phase. We're about, I'd say, maybe a fifth of the way through? Based on the progress bar at the bottom of my screen, anyway. I am looking forward to getting this, like, almost 5 GB video off of my computer's hard drive. Because that space I could use for other things, like other videos that I would then post to YouTube, because that's what I do. I make videos, I post them to YouTube. Someday, my videos are probably going to get taken down, and I'm never going to have a backup, and you know what? That's just going to be how things are, because I like to live dangerously. You know, it does occur to me that I could probably triple the number of people who actually watch my videos by doing something very simple like A, playing modern games, and B, doing highlight videos, honestly. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for the people who like the long haul. I'm here for the people who want to listen to a voice talk about things for several hours with chill games in the background as you probably take care of some vague obligation you have personally. Maybe you're doing homework or working on something for work, and you think to yourself, I just really want to watch someone play Paper Mario. Just a nice, slow, casual game in the background. That's what I'm here for. That's why I don't really plan to make a big habit out of streaming too many high-action games. Probably won't ever really do too many first-person shooters or anything of that sort. You know, it'd be interesting to just stack all of the lucky badges. Just to see what you end up with. Just like opponents that never hit you because it's like you have 6 different instances of opponent has chance to not hit you going at the same time. I don't actually even remember what my final setup was, but I think that I was using star powers very heavily. Presumably at some point in the near future we're actually going to open up the bat. What am I doing? Why am I standing there? I must have been talking about something. This is a moment that will be forever lost. I don't know what I was talking about. You'll never know what I was talking about. No one knows. No one knows. Anyway, this is today's video is brought to you by a reminder never to Today's video is brought to you by a reminder never to subscribe to any automatic updates. They'll fuck your shit up. Damn, I must have really been monologuing. I have zero recollection of what I was talking about. I wonder how long this is gonna go on for. Maybe I was looking something up. I bet I was looking something up. Because I think if I wasn't clicked out of the window that, I'd probably be, like, walking around in circles or something. Rather than just standing still. I'm still going. Holy fuck. I mean, I'd skip ahead, but I have absolutely no idea how far this is gonna go on for. And the last thing I want to do is mess up the place and then waste time and add to the total amount of time that this video is gonna go on for. So instead I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna ponder, what do you think I was talking about? I bet I was... Fuck, I don't know. Oh. My computer was going bling, bling. So whatever I was doing, it involved the computer going bling. Oh, I'm apparently back. I'm now looking at my... Oh! I was looking up recipes. That's what I was doing. Absolutely. I wanted to know if I could do anything with that pebble. Turned out you cannot do anything with that pebble. And then I'm about to go to the south side of Toad Town and make some items, I think. Items that will thus forth be used in the final scenes of the game. I'm probably looking at the item recipe list right now. Or I'm getting distracted and going to the bat shop! Ooh, am I actually gonna buy group focus? I don't think I ever actually used that. Or maybe I do. Actually, I think I do. I think I use it for the rest of the game. I think that my end build was basically just like a star power build, where I just focused on having multiple instances of deep focus going at once, so that I could restore massive amounts of star power per turn. Oh, here we go. I told you this potato is going to be very important. It's going to be important now. Because guess what you get when you cook a potato with a fire flower? Take a wild guess. Motherfucking French fries, that's right. So, here's the part where I make the single most broken item in the game. Sort of. I mean, one use, obviously, as all items are, but I'm gonna combine the jam and jelly and the ultra shroom to make an item that heals maximum health and flower power. Which is so OP. Yawn. You know, seeing as I'm a tabletop RPG designer, there's a part of me that really thinks I should just make an unofficial Paper Mario tabletop RPG. That would be fun. And then there's also a part of me that thinks I would get a cease and desist order from Nintendo in less than 3 days. Despite the fact that Nintendo has never produced a tabletop RPG. I wonder if anyone's ever done that. It's something I really wanna do some days, is not necessarily make a complete RPG, but just run a tabletop game in the Mario universe. I think it'd be a bizarre experience. Oh, right, I buy exactly one little oink. Exactly one. I don't know if there's any reason to buy little oinks. I mean, I know that I did it a lot when I was a kid, and I was like, yeah, I want all the little oinks! But I just, like, I don't really remember if there's any reason to do it at all, actually. Kind of embarrassingly. I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. I think that I'm basically just trying to figure out, like, if there's anything at all that I want to do before I run off to the end of the game. Which is gonna happen pretty soon here. I think I'm just gonna go to the Toad House and then up, maybe? Just gotta wait. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go there. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna provide entertaining commentary the entire time. I'm gonna sit here until the end of this video, and I'm not going to cut this into 2 pieces that would be more manageable. No way. I'm gonna provide commentary the entire time. Here on Moth Mode. I'm like gently caressing the bottle cap for my drink. It's helping keeping me alive right now. Ah, here we go. I'm setting up the final badge setup, which is actually rather different from what I had going on at the time. Because excuse me. I'm gonna mute my microphone. Alright, so, yeah, as you can see, I'm getting Lucky Day, and I end up choosing, like, multiple instances of Deep Focus and Group Focus. And as I sort of explained earlier, basically what my intention was is that for the end of the game, I wanted to have a build that was entirely around using Star Power. And seeing how that would turn out, because it's not something I've ever done before. And it actually turned out pretty fucking cool. I'll say that right now. And we'll see it put to good use for the rest of the game. I bet there's just so many interesting builds you can make, depending on your badge combinations. Like, I think it'd be really interesting just to see, like, the differences, the different setups that different people use as they play through this game. I bet there's 1 or 2 builds that are basically just the best possible build, but at the same time, I imagine that isn't a super huge thing. I think one of the things this game could have really benefited from would have been a after game, basically, where it was just, you've done the main quest, yay! Now you can just kind of like run around and do side quests and explore and collect the last of the things you haven't collected, and then maybe like a benefit for 100% completion or something like that. Because this game, as it was designed, was basically just you know, you defeat Bowser, and then it's like, ta-da, you win! And then a literal fanfare, which, spoiler alert, we'll get to. I was, like, so impressed with that, with this whole little, like, star texture, and then Star Road itself. It just really blew me away when I was a kid. And it's funny for me looking at it now as an adult who has some experience with, like, game design and the like, and I'm just looking at this and I can break it down into its different components of, like, background and the 3D stars circling, and it's like, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit silly to think about how, like, mesmerized I was by the star trail or road or whatever they called it in this game. Star path, maybe. And it's like, honestly, that texture for the path that you're walking on. Like, when I was a kid, and, like, these were amazing graphics, and I was like, oh, it's so pretty, and now as an adult, I'm like, gosh, that's a horrible texture. But they did, like, for a Nintendo 64 texture, it's fine. I'm just saying this, like, you know, from a modern perspective, that texture is, like, so outdated. I'm like 90% sure that I or used the wrong power, Star Spirit power. I think I was intending to use Up and Away, or the paralyzing one. Am I actually gonna? Okay, good. I'm not gonna head bonk. Because head bonking a fire enemy would have been silly. That said, when you're streaming, you do tend to make a lot of silly mistakes, so I could have done it easily. You know, you're talking about, like, pickles and spoons while you're trying to play a game. Surprisingly difficult. Absolutely hated that, that action command, just like having to very quickly press the correct buttons. I'm really slow when it comes to that, and also because I was using a GameCube controller for this entire playthrough, so I had to like mentally adjust, like, okay, what is the left yellow arrow? What does that mean? You know a game I would really like to stream? That I might actually stream sometime soon-ish? The Ocarina of Time Master Quest Edition. It's not something I've ever played before, and I think that that would be an interesting thing to do sometime. You know, whenever I decide to revisit that, because Ocarina of Time is just such a gaming classic. It's probably a really overstreamed game, truth be told. But, I'm allowed to stream popular games. I don't have to just play weird indie shit 24/7 and, like, hunting games that no one wants to remember. I mean, I did stream Paper Mario, after all, as is evidenced by what we're watching right now. So, if things go well, I may get around to streaming tomorrow. And I may start Grimrock tomorrow. I'm tempted to do another Tekken stream, even though fighting games really aren't my thing, just because Tekken in particular is... It's very fun, and I enjoyed streaming it last time. I really want to know how much damage you can do from Tidal Wave if you just get, like... If you just have, like, superhuman ability to do those commands. Like, purposefully slow emulation speed down to 10%, and then just push all of the buttons. I want to know, does it max out at a point, or does it just keep going up? That'd be very interesting to see. Starhaven, I do remember what I was talking about here, which is just the fact that I'm really mesmerized by how pretty they made Starhaven for Nintendo 64 graphics. I'm a huge fan of the sort of, like, otherworldly and, like, alien sort of designs. it's so like the star trees and all of that, like it really it, it it really did it for me. I mean, the architecture here is also quite interesting, as we're about to see. You know, basically these open walled arches with these like watery star doors. They have like iron fences, cobblestone. It's a very interesting combination. It feels very surreal, I think is a good word for it. I'm a big fan of things that feel surreal. That's why my favorite Elder Scrolls game is Morrowind. The thing about Morrowind is it it okay, gameplay wise, Morrowind wasn't a great game. I'm just gonna say it. But in terms of the world building, Morrowind was a fantastic game. And you know, it's like, if I'm in a magical fantasy world, I want to feel like I'm in a magical fantasy world. I don't necessarily want to feel like I'm just in vague European area with dragons. Or whatever, you know? Sadly, you don't really spend much time here. It would have been interesting had they made like an actual little quest, like a space quest line, but this is basically just the last stop before Bowser's Castle, and it feels very intermediary. You don't really I mean, honestly, Starborn Valley is treated in a very similar fashion now that I think about it. It's more of an afterthought than a, than like an actual place. I mean, a lot of the other places like Yoshi Village and Koopa Village, and Shiver City especially, they all had stories associated with them, and you kind of went through and explored and got to learn a little bit about the locals through helping them out. But Star Haven, you're just like, yeah, I guess I'm here before I finish the game. Oh. Oh, that said, this star spirit in particular, what's up with that star lava lamp? Like, it's like the star spirit just went like, how do I home? Well, like any other normal creature, in my house I have two articles of furniture. A wooden chair that is far too big and also completely useless because how would I sit in a chair? And also this starry lava lamp. But maybe it serves some sort of bizarre function for the star spirits that we just don't even know about. Maybe that's how stars reproduce. They're made in the star tube. I mean, just consider the fact that compared to so many other locations in this game, Star Haven has two houses. That's it. Here we are at the the place from the opening scenes of the game, in which Bowser steals the Star Rod. I think I was making a joke at this point about how it's like, oh, I should just like go home and stop my quest. And just stop. Oh, actually, no. What I was thinking about is if this was the same as the song in Mario 3 when you're falling down having gathered one of the things, because it sounds very similar. I think I'm actually about to play it in a minute. So I think I was looking it up on YouTube. Yep, here we go. I'm about to play it. So basically, it was, you know, it's a similar, like, a descending note motif, but the actual notes themselves are quite different, I feel. I've always been very bad at telling, though. I think I'm, like, actually tone deaf. Here we gain the final power. The Star Beam. If you use this power, you can drain the power of the Star Rod whenever Bowser uses it. Ah yes, and one more thing, I have one final gift which should come in handy. This thing is so silly. This is the legendary Starship of Star Haven. Bowser is keeping his castle way up in the sky. With the ship, however, you can reach it. Climb aboard onto Bowser's castle. He will always be with you. Whenever you are in need, use our powers to help you. Also, why do they have a legendary ship? Why couldn't they have just said, we created this vessel to help you in your quest or something like that? Why does it have to be a legendary ship? Is this, like, what is the lore behind this, the ship? You know, like, was there a great hero other than Mario that used this ship? Oh, best music in the game coming up. Just saying. Look, a shooting star. Princess, come back. Princess, come back. Did you wish for something? I hope your dreams come true. Me too. I want to see the princess. I want to see the princess. Like, could you imagine, like, how fucking creepy this must be for Princess Peach? I want to eat shroom cake. I want to eat shroom cake. I want to eat tons and tons of shroom cake. Oh, shooting star, please fulfill my wishes. Pretty please. Like, I think I commented... Also, why does Mario not fly the starship up to Princess Peach's castle rather than through the Bowser mouth? Seriously. But I think I commented on this earlier, but could you imagine, like, being Princess Peach in this society where, like, everyone is, like literally everyone is your stalker? Because it's like, sure, Princess Peach may be the princess, and she may have, like, the political power and all that, but it's like, her entire influence comes from the fact that literally everyone is obsessed with her. Like, you never see someone... Like, where are the political dissenters in the Mushroom Kingdom? Like, where are the people who are like, hey, you know, what if instead we had a democracy? Or, you know... Like, where are the Toads who are like, you know, maybe we should not have a human for a ruler. Maybe we should have someone else who's like a toad, like us, because we're toads. I don't know. I'm super good at not getting hit by the first strike. Oh. This is a Koopa Patrol. They're the elite Koopa soldiers. These are the highest ranked guards of Bowser's castle. In case you hadn't noticed, they're fitted with spikes. Don't jump on them. When their HP drops low, they'll charge up power for one last ditch attack. The power of this desperate attack is 10. They've also been known to call in reinforcements when they're in trouble. Don't underestimate these nasty Koopas, Mario. Alrighty. I don't know why I decided to use up and away. I don't even remember if it worked, honestly. I guess it did. But that's still kind of a waste, because those things are worth star points at this point in the game, so... I'm gonna yawn a lot. It is... I'm pretty tired tonight. And also, I haven't taken my heart meds yet this evening, so after this recording session is over, I'm going to have to go and take my medicine like a good little adult person with a heart condition. Anyway. Much Koopa. Like trying so hard not to get hit. If I had to choose a particularly favorite chapter of this game, I definitely think I would have had to say chapter number 7, the ice chapter. Which I probably said during the last video, which I think was the Pengy Hop video. The video where I do the Pengy Hop. And I interpreted it as like a really straightforward sort of rhythmic thing. And then afterwards I was like, you know, I could have done that in so many alternative styles. You know, I gotta say, overall, I really think that Watt might actually be an overpowered companion. Which is funny, because I never really used Watt when I was younger, but like, and so that's one of the reasons why I used Watt quite a bit in this playthrough. And in retrospect, it's sort of like, maybe Watt is just OP. So good. So good at this game in getting the first strike. I definitely did not get hit, I hit them. You just couldn't see it because it was so fast. Like, legitimately, I don't even know what day it is right now. I gotta find out, what day is it? While I'm doing this battle. Today is Thursday. It's 15 minutes into Thursday. Which means that tomorrow is Friday. What's your favorite day of the week? I bet it's the day that you don't have to work. Or go to school. Or it might be the day that you stop working for a little while. But chances are, it's not the day that you start work. If it is, you're probably a masochist. Just for the record, if you wanted to know. If you're a masochist, it's basically whether or not you enjoy whatever your Monday would be. And that's a secret. That's how you know. Now, alternatively, you could be a sadist if you just enjoy watching other people have to go to work on Monday. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze and muted my microphone so I did not accost you with my nasal noises. These enemies are really fucking great at just reproducing. Having more and more and more of them show up. I mean, it gave me a ton of star points, though. Which is pretty grand. I don't know why I switched out there. Look at all them star points. 3 star points away from leveling up. I almost leveled up there, guys. Could you imagine what would have happened if I would have leveled up there? Totally would have changed the entirety of how this game played out for the rest of it. I might not even have been crashed. Isn't that crazy to think about? All those alternate future possibilities. I might have even decided to do something, like, to better myself. Like, I don't know. Stop streaming video games as a hobby. But we'll never know because I didn't level up there. Chill Out is such a ridiculously good, or Timeout or whatever it's called. It is a ridiculously good power. That single Koopa Patrol not being paralyzed kind of threw me off. It's like, I was gonna do one at a time, right? But now here I've got 2 that are damaged, and I have to go back and forth between one and the other, and it's like, eh. Like, my turns are all thrown off, because it's supposed to be Mario damage, then Moth finishes, but it's not gonna happen. This whole thing is just a mess. And I think this might be the very last time we have the power of the thing. Nope. Apparently, I think we get it maybe one more time. But that magic spell is going away very soon. I can tell you that. And I do not bother to go back and re-get it, although I was very tempted to do so. 12 star points! There we go, there's that level up. You know what I would have leveled up if I could? I'll tell you, badge points. If I could have, I would have finished this game with 10 hearts, like 20 flower points, and like 50 badge points. I would have equipped every single badge. It would have been great. I would have been like multi-jumping with maximum power and lucky day, and I'd be the most OP little shit that's ever walked. Fuck, I've not got anything to say. Other than the fact that I am actually really starting to feel the alcohol.
Welcome, Wayne. I'm called the guard door of Bowser's castle. It's my job to keep suspicious types from entering. You must be Mario, let me guess. Do you want to go through here? You want to get to the other side of this wall, right? Well, if you don't want to go through here, then you're wasting my time. Go now.
I was really fond of making jokes about just being like, nah, I don't want to do the end of this game. I'm just gonna go home. I think one of the most evil things I've ever done is I was in a tabletop role-playing game. We were playing Pathfinder, and we were sent on this quest to go down into the scary dungeon. And at the very end of the dungeon, there was this box on like this massive room that was built specifically for it. And it's like, you know, we were in there, we were right up to the box, we could open the box, and I said, no, let's go home. And like, I got one of the other group members to agree with me, and so we just left the dungeon. Didn't open up the box. Sadly, that game did not go on for very long. I was playing a merfolk. Even the very end of the game is not free from the annoyance that was Tasty Tonic. I still can't believe that all Peach's castle was kidnapped during the party. I know it was just a means to catch Princess Peach, but still, only an evil fiend like Bowser would do something like that. Please make him pay. Mario, you've come to save us. I just knew you would. All the toads here used to work in Peach's castle. The princess isn't with us. I think she must be confined somewhere else. Mario, don't worry about us. Saving Princess Peach is the only thing that matters. We will gladly throw down our lives for Princess Peach. Princess Peach. This wouldn't have happened if we had better defenses. Like thermonuclear tactical warheads? Is that what you need? Just blow Bowser up, nuke him, nuke his castle, nuke his followers? ICBM? Why did I stop here? I don't know how I can ever apologize to Princess Peach. It doesn't matter, saving her is all that counts now. Oh, Mario, you came at long last. As you can see, we're in a horrible situation. Princess Peach is who knows where, and her beautiful castle is being run by Bowser's horrid staff of rejects. Nothing fills me with more joy than serving this castle with my heart and soul, but right now there's nothing I can do. We have no choice but to rely on you now, Mario. Please, at least save our dear Princess Peach. Hey, remember that character who's useful sometimes? There we go! It's a piece of cake to break through these walls. The material's weak. These walls are much easier to break through than the walls of the Koopa Bros fortress. You're really lucky you have me with you, aren't you? I like this idea that Bowser is like using cheap materials to build his evil castle with. Like, why was that detail even included, actually? You know, gosh, Bowser's so bad he can't even build his castle out of solid material. He has to use lower quality material. Haha, hee hee, hoo hoo, kids are gonna understand. This is funny? Huh? Huh? I don't get it. Anyway, do you like lava? Mario's ass likes lava. Why does that thing even like start going down before I even got there? What the hell was up with that? I had the very, very wise idea to use Lackluster here, which I was very sad to learn that I couldn't actually get to the other side. That said, I could get to the outside, and look how fucking miffed that cloud is to be going over lava. That cloud's like, oh, fuck my life. Why you make me do this thing? I do not want to lava. Mario, you're tearing me apart. Also, how did that pebble, like, flip backwards onto the block right then? That was kind of impressive. I'm probably the only person in the world who's gonna find that particular random thing impressive. I might not even find it impressive if I wasn't most of the way through my cider right now. Might actually even get to sleep at a reasonable hour tonight. Oh, by the way, note the fact that the deep focus badge looked completely different there than it does on the screen. Because in there, it had a golden outline, and in this section, it does not have a golden outline. What's up with that? Why are there two deep focus icons? Isn't that strange and interesting? I find that very strange and interesting, and I vastly prefer the one with the golden outline, truth be told. Did I even actually equip the last deep focus badge? It didn't look like I did. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't know. Interesting to see that the texture for the wall is actually broken very slightly. If you look at the tessellating pattern, there's one brick that is shortened as a result of the texture not tessellating properly. Like, it's so close, but then there's just that one brick where it's like, nah. Whoa. My eyes are doing a weird thing for some reason, like that background, or maybe it's not my eyes. Do you guys see that? The pillar, the texture on the pillar is parallaxing. Why is the texture on the pillars parallaxing, and how did I not notice that when I was playing this game? Oh man, that's trippy as hell. I don't know why I'm going back that way. I already established I couldn't go that way. But yeah, if you look very carefully, the texture on the brick pillars is moving. I wonder if that was intentional or not. Like, did someone mess up and accidentally set that texture to parallax? Or was that intentional? Like, when I was actually playing the game, I never noticed that, but now it's like, wow, that's weird. Either that or I'm so drunk that I'm, like, mildly hallucinating. One or the other. It may be just that there's a slight fisheye effect. I really can't tell. I really cannot tell. All I know is that, like, those background textures look so psychedelic right now. To an unreasonable degree. Maybe I'm just getting the Guitar Hero effect. It's where, you know, you stare at something moving long enough and then it, like, everything just seems to be moving, like your eyes get adjusted to the movement. There really wasn't a whole lot of dialogue for the end of the game. Which I have mixed feelings about. There's a part of me, like, basically, once you finish Chapter 7, all of the dialogue is, like, save Princess Peach. You saved all the Star Spirits. Good job. Save Princess Peach. Hey Mario, Princess Peach. Star Spirits, Princess Peach. Did you know? Hey Mario, did you know? Did you know, Senpai? Like this video if Mario is your senpai. And or you eat canned beans. I really want to make, like, a fake anime where the characters, like, the characters only say two things. They say senpai and nani? No, three things. Senpai, nani, and des, or like the whole desu deska thing. I don't know enough about Japanese. I just know that this is the, like, the stereotype of what anime characters say. I mean, it's not like I haven't watched anime. I've watched some anime. I like some anime even. Really enjoying Psycho Pass right now. Fantastic cyberpunk thing. If you found Ghost in the Shell disappointing as an anime series, I highly recommend you give Psycho Pass a chance. Because I think it is the better cyberpunk series. But anyhow, here's some combat with some Koopas and a Magic Koopa. Do you like combat? Oh, did not manage to mute. My apologies. Oh. We are, I would say, a little over 1/3 of the way through our Paper Mario finale redubbing extravaganza. Oh boy, what do I talk about now? Like, I'm pretty sure that in Japanese you never actually say desu ka. But I could be wrong. I know that in Tekken 7, Lucky Chloe says desu ka quite a lot. But I think it's supposed to be, like, kinda over the top and weird when she says it like that. I don't think that in regular speech you're supposed to pronounce the ka. Or maybe you do say desu ka, but you never say desu. I don't remember. It's one or the other. Like I said, I do not speak Japanese. If I had the opportunity, I'd probably learn it. It's a pretty cool language. But at the same time, I'm weird when it comes to language because you may think that I'm a relatively social individual, being as I stream games live and I make YouTube videos and I talk for hours on end. But in reality, I'm not actually a very social person in the slightest. That tricky old Bowser, he can't fool us, huh? Fool us what, with lava? What the fuck are you on? how old is Watt supposed to be, do you think? Anyway, but like when I was younger, I tried to learn Mandarin. Because I thought, hey, it's the single most spoken language in the world, therefore it should be like one of the most useful to learn ever, right? And I actually got overwhelmed because I signed up for like one or two little websites and I was like doing my flashcards and practicing my pronunciation. And it was all really great. And then it was like, I got a few, like, I set up, I joined, I think it was Italki, which is a website where you go specifically to find other people to talk to in a particular language. And I got swarmed with people who were like, holy fucking shit. This, like, weird fucking American individual wants to learn to speak Mandarin. This is the coolest shit ever. And so I was just swarmed with people who wanted to talk to me, and like I accepted a few on Skype, and it was like every single time I was on Skype, it was like, ni hao, and I was like, oh, fuck. And they all spoke like perfect English, and I didn't speak a lick of Mandarin. And like, I'm really bad at coming up with things to say on the spot. It's, oh hey, a BRB. Do you like BRB? I like BRB. BRB. For all of your entertainment needs. BRB. It validates you. I'm imagining it like the EA Sports thing. Or not even EA Sports, like because it used to be like EA Games. And then they'd say like challenge everything or something like that. But it's like challenge everything. And I was just imagining it being like BRB, validate your life. I can't do it. I want it to work, but it doesn't. But I'm drunk enough that I really want this to work. I really want BRBs to validate your life. I want you to feel valid. If you're watching this video right now, you are valid. What the fuck does that mean? Can I, like, easily skip ahead, maybe? I'm genuinely afraid to touch the spot. Okay, I've skipped ahead by 1 minute. However long this BRB was, it's 1 minute shorter for us now. 1 minute less of our life that we will be talking about this BRB. I really need to add the Ultima series to the games I intend to stream. I feel like a really shitty person for dropping the Final Fantasy game, the first one. I was playing it, NES. But like, there were just so many things. I mean, I dropped every single game I was streaming on my old channel. Like Baldur's Gate and Final Fantasy and probably one or two others that I can't even remember what I was playing right now. XCOM, even though I was actually getting close to the end of that. I think I did it for the right reason though, because like the thing is, a lot of those they were games that were very long, and they were games where when I started out I didn't have nearly as good of a microphone setup. So I didn't think that people were really going to be interested in watching them because my first few videos were low quality. And so, like, if you're trying to be like, oh, hey, look, Moth plays Final Fantasy 1, and you go back and, like, those videos aren't very high quality because I wasn't quite set up to be a streamer yet, you know? So I'd like to think that I'm doing a lot better with my audio quality now. Speaking of which, I've actually changed up my settings quite a bit, so I'm looking forward to seeing how my microphone actually sounds on YouTube. whether I sound more natural or not. I'm gonna... Oh my god, I should have skipped by like 3 minutes. I'm gonna try to skip ahead again. Okay. I skipped like 5 minutes. BRB. Oh. Oh, that's too far. Here we go. Here we go. I think this is where I come back. Here we go. I'm literally just playing this through VLC Media Player right now, if you were curious. I'm kickbacked. I got my legs up on my ottoman. I'm crushing my cider between my impressive thigh muscles. Like, I'm in my nice big comfy chair. Do 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 do. Oh, I think I remember. I had a problem where I disconnected my controller and killed it and needed to fix it. That's why it's going do 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 do. My throat hurts so much right now. I feel like I'm actually physically ill. At this point, I basically stopped giving a fuck about combat. I really just wanted to get to the end of the game, so expect me to start skipping a lot of fights. So the new Darkest Dungeon DLC is out, and I've been playing it quite a lot, and I'm really enjoying it, but it's also buggy as hell. Ever since I got the DLC, I've been having my audio, like, glitch out, frequently, and I keep getting dialogue boxes that are just random bits of code, and like literally characters are trying to talk and it just comes out as like random code. It's like, whoa, Red Hook, maybe you guys should have done a little bit more bug testing before you release this. But like, other than that, like other than those things, which are not game breaking by any means, they're just unfortunate and annoying, but they're not game breaking, and the gameplay itself has been quite fun. Here I am trying to figure out how to get around this, this coop. I don't think I do successfully, because I think it's gonna get me here. Yep. I'm gonna accidentally step on it and get hurt. Poor Mario. It must suck when you're being controlled by an incompetent player. Okay, here's my idea for the next Mario, like, platforming game. Alright, we're gonna make... I'm gonna write a letter to Nintendo, and it's gonna say, okay, Mario 64 2. And the entire body is gonna be Mario 64 with a ragdoll button. So literally, it's the exact same game as Mario 64, but you press a button, and Mario turns into a ragdoll and like flops on the ground, so you can jump off of like cliffs and stuff, and then ragdoll, and then bounce, and then end up in horrible poses. And then it'll be Mario 64 too. And I will tell you that will be like 200% like worth $10. By which I mean it'll be worth like $20. I would pay $20 to play Mario 64 with a ragdoll button. I am not an intelligent person when it comes to spending my money. Don't be like me. Ragdoll physics are so strange. Like, after they sort of became a thing, they exploded in popularity, and then you had several, like, almost meme games that were explicitly basically just there for the ragdoll effects. Flat Out's a great example, yeah. You know, because with Flat Out, the entire selling point of Flat Out consisted of two parts: highly destructible cars and ragdoll physics for your driver. That was literally the entire marketing point for the Flat Out game. I bet there's a bunch of different things I could have picked up in this section, but I just wanted to get through it. I had all the time in the world to get out of that, and I still didn't. You know, I would say we're just about halfway. We are just about halfway. Very exciting for me and probably a lot less exciting for you. I hope you're not excited by knowing that this is halfway over, because then you'd think to yourself, well, I mean, maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing, I don't know. I think I'm getting a little bit too drunk. Just a little too drunk. By applying the hammer, I destroy the enemy. Streaming is actually, the more you think about it, the less it makes sense. It's like video games and talking. Do you like video games and talking? Then maybe streaming is the hobby for you. I enjoy video games and talking. Be very careful around people who say that they do not enjoy video games and talking. They are a menace to society and should be avoided at all costs. Yay, mysterious Bowser block. What? You came back? You escaped from that underground jail? But there was no way you could escape. Of all the dirty tricks, I guess I have to keep my word. You can go through. I don't think I'll forget this. That's like most of the way through Bowser's Castle, I think. No, it's not. Now we get to the more intense part of Bowser's Castle. That was just the beginning. I think this would be about 1/3 of the way through Bowser's Castle itself. I want to know, do you think that Bowser's Castle uses gaslighting? Or do you think those are supposed to be spectral flames? Some sort of ghostly flame? Huh? Who are you, man? I don't know your face. Maybe you're Mario, huh? Just kidding. I'm the guard of this warehouse. I'm really bored, man. Hey, you know, if you got any coins, I'll sell you stuff. You're loaded, man. Take a look around. I'll sell you anything you see. I think I had like full items at this point. There was no reason for me to buy anything. Look at me healing up like a smart person, getting prepared before I go into the fray, before I get hit. Holy shit, I'm like a ninja. I'm like getting through there. That's how you do it. That's how you ignore combat like a pro. These puzzle rooms are actually extremely similar to the Koopa Fortress puzzles I found. I'm gonna move my microphone very slightly, and this is gonna ruin the stream for everyone. But just, you know, there's lots of chains, and there's lots of things going up and things going down with the chains. It is, at the end, a very similar experience to the first dungeon, now that I think about it. I don't think I was actually thinking about this while I was playing through this the first time, but now that I'm actually watching it, I'm like, you know, both visually and in content, this is very similar to Koopa Fortress. I bet there was a secret back there that I'm never gonna investigate. Lots of switches, and even having Bombette out. Lots of things in the background going flip, 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 flip. That happened a lot in chapter, what was it, chapter 1? Yeah, chapter 1. Here's another chain. That water draining sound is really... I don't want to use the phrase off-putting, but it's really something. It sounds like a latrine. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like a latrine. I really want the Paper Mario I just found the thing noise to play in my life at opportune moments. Like when I am looking for my house key and I finally find it and I pick it up, I want it to make that noise. That very, very specific noise. I think that would improve the quality of my life by approximately 3.7%. Approximately. Just about the only thing that this game didn't have was an underwater level. Which is interesting now that I think about it, because underwater levels are often a thing in Mario games. And this game did not have an underwater level. I don't think, I don't think Thousand Year Door has an underwater level either. Are underwater levels just barred from the Paper Mario experience? You're just not allowed to underwater level? I really want to wake up my roommate and ask her, hey, if I said Jelly Ultra, what would you assume I'm talking about? Because I have a feeling she'd say something... Something a little... Something a little, not PG, if you know what I mean. So what do you think happened to that bullet bill? That bullet bill that just flew off into the sunset. Do you think it, like, went off, found another bullet bill, got married, adopted a baby penguin? Gosh. Okay. This is the new thing. I just want to say that I officially ship Bullet Bill and Torpedo Tom. I think they're an adorable gay couple. I think it's the gay representation that Nintendo needs. And I very thoroughly encourage all of you to write the worst fanfiction. The Bill X Tom ship fanship fic things that you can possibly muster. I was never really a person for fanfiction. I was never really a person for fiction, honestly. Video games are one of the few mediums which I've ever bothered to really consume fiction, and even then it's basically just because I am willing to, you know, at least with video games you're participating in the fiction. Like, I find it so hard to sit down and watch a movie or read a book. I could read nonfiction. When I was a kid, I used to read dictionaries for fun. That's how I ended up with such a dry and unlikable personality as an adult. Bill X Tom. The explosive years. Bill was lying in bed, his aerodynamic form partially exposed, the blanket trailing off onto the ground. He looked at me with lustful eyes, told me, "Hey, Tom, go get some of that Jelly Ultra." We kept the Jelly Ultra in the bedside table for special nights like this. I flew over, ready to explode from the frustration built up inside of me. I can't, I'm sorry, I cannot continue to improvise erotic Bullet Bill X Torpedo Tom fanfiction. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry I even tried. I'm not sorry. I'm lying. I have no idea why I chose to have Mario do the damage rather than Watt, seeing as Mario would have recovered a far greater amount of focus by focusing. I don't know if I realized that the deep focus badge did not apply to your companion quite yet. I also don't know why I'm maybe the bullet bills have like 6 HP or something like that. All I know is that I'm trying to get full star power before I get out of the fight. Zap. When I was a kid, I was a huge fan of, like, lightning anything. Like, I loved electric Pokemon, and I loved Watt. I loved anything that was, like, just electric themed. Fucking loved that shit. For a very long time, Zapdos was my favorite, Pokemon. Not even because it was like the legendary Pokemon. I just, you know, it was Generation 1 Pokemon. There weren't too many electric Pokemon back then. And like, I mean, there was Pikachu, obviously, but I mean, I like birds too, so that's the other thing. Like, I was all about those electric Pokemon. I love my Voltorbs and my oh god, what was it called? Magneton? Magnet. The magnet ones. Little magnet fellows flapping around with their magnet wings. You guys will know what I'm talking about. Because I sure as hell don't anymore. We're rapidly approaching the 2/3 point, I think. Could be horribly, horribly wrong. That said, I think that, we're not at the first crash yet. And I think there was 2 crashes when I was playing this game. Oh, there we go. Spell power ran out. I could be wrong, there might have only been 1 crash, but I think there was 2 crashes. I'm like 99% sure there were 2 crashes, which is gonna suck because I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm getting so far, and then it's gonna be like, crash. And then we're gonna go back a little bit. We're gonna see stuff that I already did as I do it again, but faster and more aggressively because I'm trying to get through. I might choose to skip through part of my do-overs relating to the crashes, just to cut down some time. Because I'm sure if you're watching this video, you're mostly interested to see, like, how does the finale play out? What happens? Is it cool? Is it fun? Does Bowser get defeat? Does Bowser turn into a frog? Does Bowser bows? I mean, if he's Bowser, you'd assume that he bowses. If you're a canner, you can. If you're a plumber, you plumb. So obviously, if you're a Bowser, you bows. You know who my favorite character in the Mario universe is? My favorite Mario character is Princess Shokora. You're probably thinking to yourself, who the fuck is Princess Shokora? I'm gonna say, fuck you, she's the chocolate princess. She's from, I think she only ever appeared in one game. I've never even played the game she's from. I'm actually just talking shit here. I have legitimately never played that. I think it's a Wario game? But Princess Shokora is definitely best princess. I should play that game. I should. Just because I brought it up on stream, I should play that game. I've never played it before. I have no idea what it's about. My favorite Mario character is in there just because I decided that she's my favorite. Literally no other reason. She could be a horrible character. I could play that game and I could be like, this game is fucking horrible. I hate everything about it, and I hate Princess Shokora. But I don't know, so for right now I'm just gonna assume that she's my favorite character.
Who's your favorite Mario character? Leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
That's how you be a YouTuber, right?
If this video gets 1 million likes, I'll play shitty games and make commentary and be a streamer. Yeah!
Fuck, I don't even know what I'm on about. Like, you can tell just in my playstyle, I'm trying so hard just to basically get to the end of this, because all of Bowser's Castle is basically a big fucking slog through a bunch of puzzles and a bunch of, like, random... just a bunch of random shit, basically. It is a big fucking slog, is what it is. I think that I don't get the, I think that I missed the second enemy here. The Skella Koopa thing. What are they called? Dry bones. Yeah, I called it. I remembered a thing. A very specific thing. I also remember that, like an idiot, I go for the dry bones first, and then it goes down. But I don't finish the combat in time, so it gets back up, and then I have to kill it again. So, there it's gone. It's gone down the first time. I'm like a fucking neeb. I'm gonna, like, try to kill this thing. Dry bones is gonna rattle, because that's what they do. They're dry, they're bones, they rattle. Watt's gonna use Electro Dash. And there it is up again. And I have to deal with the Magic Koopa. This battle sucked. I really did not like this battle. But I think this works, so it's all good. Never mind. Doesn't really work at all. See? I told you I didn't remember everything. Now its attack powers up by 1, and everything is just really, really starting to suck for Mario. Magic Koopa's
dead.
One like equals one dead Magic Koopa. I wonder what the design choice, like, what went into them deciding on, like, the projector thing for the interface that Mario, like, selects their attacks from. I'm really curious about that, actually. Because projectors weren't even really a thing anymore when this game was produced. I mean, I guess they were kinda, but... like, I feel like they were very much so on the way out? Weren't they? I mean, my school definitely still used projectors when this game came out, but then again, I was from a small rural town. Maybe projectors were a bigger thing in Japan. I would assume they wouldn't be, though, because of, you know, Japanese economic miracle. Oh, right, the shitty room. Shitty room that really confused me, because I was like, why the fuck is this room here? This room sucks. This room doesn't have anything in it. This room is a hellhole. Why would they make this room? Nothing. This room's just dead end. How worthless. Let's go back to the room where the pedestals are and check them out. And so yeah, and then it's like, oh, well, fuck me. I just have to, like, leave, I guess. I think I end up breaking down and killing that Koopa. Maybe not. Other secret door. Which is the better room. I mean, what a schmarmy little thing for the developers of this game, like, put in. Honestly, like what shitheads. What absolute shitheads. Man, that Hammer Bro tries so hard. He really is, like, getting his coin worth of, like, throwing his hammer, but he just can't hit. Now he's lost his chance forever. Well, I'm officially out of cider. You heard it here, folks. I've consumed one entire cider.
Oh, who could have thought you would have made it this far? You won't make it any further, because unfortunately for you, I won't let you pass. But I guess if you really want, I'll give you one chance, because I know there's no way you'll make it anyway. Want to give it a shot? Ha ha ha. This is a completely pointless, but I suppose I'll let you try, because of course I have such a kind and generous heart. Just joking, worm. Now, Mario, do you want to know what I've got in store for you? No. Okay, smart guy, let's get going. Time's up. Now, tell me, how many Koopas were there?
You know, I was, like, agonizing over this when I was streaming it live, because I had a really hard time paying attention. Watching this, pre-recorded, it's a little weird for me, because I already know how well I do in this, but, like, when it was live, it was like, oh shit, how well am I gonna do? And if you fuck this up, you have to fight 3 anti-guys, which is... It's a rather difficult, might I say. Just getting readjusted here. Has been it's been how long? At 2 hours and 16 minutes, roughly. It's now 1 a.m. Finished my cider. Still not quite done yet. Answering questions. Watching myself answer questions in the past. Watching myself get that question right. People blipping me on Skype like some sort of neeb. Who dares? Who dares blip? Right answer. Cool. I mean, one of the things that was actually difficult about this was just predicting what questions were gonna be asked, because it's like, it starts out and it's like, oh, you know, they're gonna ask, like, how many of a particular thing, so you try to keep track of the number, and then it's like, which entrance did these come out of? And you're like, fuck. I think I got that one wrong. Yep. Pinhead, wrong answer again, worm. Something horrible will happen if you just make one more mistake. Now, next question. So it was really down to the clutch here, where it was one question and like one more mistake, and that was gonna be it. That was gonna be the end of it. The end, I say. That was actually kind of an evil question to ask me too, even though I did get it right. Because I'm colorblind as fuck. Ever defeated by Mario? Oh, the shame. Why would you want a door shaped like your face? Would you want to live someplace with doors shaped like your face? Because that sounds weird as hell. I'm so good at avoiding. I am literally the best. Ugh. So I'm actually like alcohol intolerant, and it really sucks because, you know, I sit down, I have a nice cider to myself, like tonight, and then my stomach is like, you done fucked up, kid. You done fucked up now. Also, I really give that Lucky Day badge a run for its money. It'd just be nice to be able to have a drink without having to, like, get sick to my stomach. Unfortunately, that's not possible. Fortunately, I'm like the lightest weight person ever when it comes to drinking, which means I don't have to drink a lot. Ever. I have one drink and I'm fine for the rest of the night. Because any drinking more than one drink is gonna leave me, like, more intoxicated than I genuinely wish to be, so no reason for that. Here, why am I not picking up the... Oh, I think I'm figuring out what to get rid of. Why did I not pick up the... Oh. I think I had the bright idea to do the combat first, and then heal... maybe? Oh, I'm using the shooting star. I see. I see what I did there. I was a smart cookie. Very smart cookie. You know, I have a major confession to make. I don't like cake. That's it, that was my confession. I don't like cake. Which I feel is like a culinary sin, practically, because, like, cake is like that food you're obligated to enjoy. And it's like, I just don't like cake. I just don't. I like cheesecake, but I don't like cake. Granted, I haven't had a cheesecake in forever because I made some dietary choices a while ago that have not permitted me to consume cheesecake. I guess I just wasn't interested in getting the jamming jelly or something. I mean, I didn't really need it at this point in the game. I did really like how when you got to like these 1/3 markers, the music for the castle would change and you would get a new instrument. So like, here we have that sort of like distorted Nintendo MIDI guitar, which I think is pretty nifty. Also, I went on the most roundabout way to solve this conundrum here. You're gonna see it in just a minute. But like, for some reason I didn't realize the obvious solution. And so I went for a much less obvious solution. Like, it's really funny to me knowing what the solution to this puzzle is, but yet, like, at the time, I just did not get it. So I ended up making this, like, way more complicated than it needed to be. Alright. I gotta mute for a second. Alright, I'm back. So, basically, you know, all I would have had to do is go slightly down, and I would have been able to solve this entire puzzle. But instead, I got, like, right on the edge of the thing there without actually going down, and made it, like, 7 times more complicated in doing so. There's one more puzzle that's basically the exact same thing that I do figure out the appropriate way to do. But it does certainly take me a minute. I wonder how many people got to this point in the game. They get that Ultra Shroom, they get that Jam and Jelly, and they actually go all the way back to Tasty to make an Ultra Jelly. Much time stop. Very destroy enemy. Very combative. We're getting there. We're gonna do this. We are champs. We are good at this game. Trust me, trust me. We're gonna defeat Bowser tonight, guys. I'm totally doing this live. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Anyway. Oh my god, I am dying internally trying to do this redub. I hope that my pain will cause someone out there some satisfaction to be able to witness the end of the Paper Mario game. And then at some point in the future, I will receive a comment that says something along the line of, "Haha, Moth, I really enjoyed this video. It was very funny, and I really liked your style of narration. I really appreciate that you took the time to redub this video and upload it, rather than leaving the game seemingly unfinished on YouTube." And it'll be from some guy whose name is like Ultra Street Pengy Killer 97. Alright. Oh, I'm great at that. I'm absolutely fucking amazing at not getting hit. I think Magikarps are actually one of the most interesting enemies. I like how they're all similar, yet each one has like a unique power. I really like them. They're very diverse yet uniform in a way that appeases me. Like, I want to collect a full set of Magikoopa. One complete Magikoopa. See, this time I actually realize what's going on here much, much faster than the other time. I don't have it quite yet, mind you, but I see it, and then I'm like, oh, shit. Oh shit, look at this. I can stand on the platform, and then I can have the thing blow up, and then it will lift me up. It was like, oh... This was the point where I actually realized, wow, I was a fucking idiot. I just realized how I was supposed to do the last one. I have no idea why I found that puzzle so difficult. Like, I just wasn't thinking spatially for some reason. And I'm normally a pretty spatial thinker. It was just like that one experience. It's just like, nah, you don't need to think spatially. Mega Bomb. Mega. See, Moth Mode was a shitty name. I should have been Mega Bomb 64. I've actually always really admired the simplistic design of the Bob-ombs. Alternate universe Moth probably could have chosen a Bob-omb to be their to be their like channel symbol or something like that. Instead, I chose a Hanafuda card. a card game that, like, no one knows how to play. Well, I mean, Hanafuda is technically just the name of the cards themselves. The game I play, anyway. I know there are a few different games, is Koi Koi. I really want to do, like, traditional games put into video game form, just as one-offs, and kind of, like, rate them as to how good of a, how well the experience translates to a digital form. This is something I wanted to do for a very long time. I just haven't been streaming regularly enough to quite fit in a feature like that. But hell, I would definitely play some actual, like, Hanafuda games. And they'd probably all be in Japanese. And I'd be like, guys, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at, but... I've tried to study Japanese on and off a few different times. It just tends not to go very well because, like, unless I actually have a reason to regularly use the language, it just... no, basically. I mean, as a streamer, it would be a super useful language to know because then I could play some of the more obscure, like, Japanese-only releases on stream and kind of explain what's going on. And I think that would be super, super cool. How? Please don't. How could you? So yeah, this is Fake Peach. In case it's not obvious. Fake Peach is like, hey, you don't have to go fight Bowser. Why would you go fight Bowser? Let's just go home. And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go home. And then Peach is like, nope. And, like, trails behind you as you go toward the exit. It actually took me a minute to figure out how to get past this imposter, this Peach poster, rather. You actually have to go all the way out the door to the left and then come back. And I just really was not sure what to do for a little while. Because it's like, it just really didn't feel like you should have to go all the way out the left door and then come back. Like, here I'm doing it. Maybe you don't have to actually go out the door, maybe you just have to go all the way to the left, but... still. Maybe I was wrong about the game crashing twice. Maybe it only crashed once. Or maybe it crashed while I was doing the BRB or something like that. Or maybe it crashed and then I did the BRB. And then I redid some. I don't know. I said cut it out! Oh shoot, I wonder how you saw through my disguise. It was perfect. Well, I guess there's nothing I can do about it now. I'll just have to beat you up instead. All the mimics. I've always thought mimics were a cool concept. Like, I love characters like Mystique who can just, like, adopt the appearance of another person. Or, like, even if it's not, like, specific people, like Beast Boy and Teen Titans, he's fucking cool as hell, too. Just, like... But mimics in particular, I don't know, I really like that whole, like, theme of, like, monsters and creatures that can, like, take the appearance of people you know, just to, like, fuck with your head, and, like, doppelgangers, and... I love creatures like that. I like how Watt can't hurt Watt. It was really fucking annoying that Watt can't hurt Watt. Because then, like, I try to jump on Watt, and it's like, oh yeah, Watt is considered, like, spiky, basically. Or, more appropriately, Watt always has Zap Tap. Which I don't think ever comes up unless you're jumping on Mimic Watt. I don't think there's a single attack in the game that targets your ally, to which that effect comes into play. I think it is exclusively jumping on Mimic Watt. It's the only time you get to know that fact. Also, I have no idea why I chose Bombette. Oh, wait, yes I do. Mega Bomb. It's fun. And expensive. And doesn't kill enemies. And I think that is this is roughly the, how did you get so far in the castle? Congratulations, but this is the end of your adventure, I'm afraid. I've got much better defenses than the other guards do. Your luck has just run out. Come on, boys. Here come the Koopa Bros. I bet you never thought you'd see us again, huh, Mario? You do remember who we are, don't you? No. What? I just said we were the Koopa Bros, Mario. How can you not remember us? It's because Mario has been hit on the head too many times. Now they're gonna beat you within an inch of your life. If you beat them, you can go through here, but of course, you'll fail. But at least you can try. Don't think we're like before. We've increased our power beyond our wildest dreams. After you trounced us, we learned a new technique and trained all day, every day. We're not just the Koopa Bros, we're the super ultra mighty Koopa Bros the Great. Check out our coolness, huh? Ugh! I found you, Mario. At last, you're mine. I was a pain finding you, you know. Today, at long last, I'll settle my score with you. And here we go, final Koopa Jr. fight. Only one of us is walking away from this battle. Is that true? Is that? So I very wisely chose to cheat this fight out, because I was at low health. And like, obviously I'm immediately gonna go into danger here. But I had just enough to use timeout. And if I remember correctly, it did actually work. So I absolutely cheesed the hell out of this fight, as you're about to see. I don't even know if I actually heal up at any point during this fight. Because, like, literally I'm just like, focus, focus, timeout, focus, focus, timeout, focus, focus, timeout. Here I'm gonna use Electroshock, which did not work the first time, but it was a fair attempt, I think. I don't know if you can actually oh yeah, I use Smooch here. Okay. I don't know if you can actually paralyze him with what? I'll bet I tried again, though. So we're about to find out. Much violence. All focus all day. What did I decide to use? Oh, yep. So here I'm gonna try it again. And this time it works. Which is good because it lets me save up some more. Save up some more star power. Sorry about that, I got distracted briefly. Which, like, deep focus is so broken when you can stack it like that and just like spam timeout. Well, we are now officially 3/4 of the way through my finale playthrough, if you were curious. Like, poor Junior Troopa barely gets to do anything in this fight because I just constantly have him stun locked. I'm so mean. I almost feel bad for the little guy. Like, this is basically Cleric Mario. Honestly, Mario kind of is a cleric, like old school D&D style. He uses a blunt weapon, a hammer, which is cleric material. He prays a lot to the star spirits, and he calls for divine intervention. Just saying, Mario is very much so a cleric. So if you're playing D&D or Pathfinder, and you're like, hey, I really need a character idea for this upcoming game, literally play a cleric but be Mario, and just have some vague, you're worshipping the stars thing going on. Maybe in Pathfinder there's like a celestial domain or something like that, I don't know. Just go ahead, you know, be a human, describe yourself as kind of a pudgy like sanitary worker. Use a hammer as your weapon. You know, I might actually do that next time I play Pathfinder, just to see if people pick up on who my character is. I did once make just a straight up, like, I did my best to make a Final Fantasy style white mage. That was a very interesting endeavor. It's really hard to make that sort of, the healer archetype, if you will, in a lot of those D&D-esque games. It's not really a role that's appreciated much, I suppose, or given much support. So since you beat that guy that beat the Koopa Bros, does that mean you beat the Koopa Bros? No, you beat him, he beat them, but you didn't actually lay a finger on... It's too confusing. Okay, fine. I guess there was no big difference between that guy and the Koopa Bros you can go through. It's not possible for you to beat King Bowser anyway. I'll leave the honor of being personally beaten by the evil King Bowser. Lucky you. And here we are at the exit to Bowser's Castle. And the entrance to Princess Peach's castle, which that entire segment could have been avoided if we just had flown the starship up to here instead of through the mouth of Bowser's castle. Plot hole, just saying. So I spent a little bit of time just kind of investigating the various doors and the like. Nothing in here but clothes. Please don't open. Oh. Uh-huh, Mario. Oh, sweet. You came to save me, right? Oh, I was so scared. Thanks for coming. While you're here, would you like to take a quick nap? Oh, actually, you look fine. You could take a nap anyway. What do you say? Good luck.
Final Toad House.
I don't know. I don't think I'd trust a Toad House. With the obsessive tendencies that all of the Toads show towards humans in general. I mean, granted, the only humans we really see are Luigi, Mario, and Princess Peach. Like, I don't trust that Toad to not rub his mushroom head on my human body while I'm sleeping in his bed. Just saying. Interesting that the game showroom just got, like, deconstructed after it was done, rather than just leaving it kind of unoccupied as, like, a reminder of, hey, this is the room where you had the game show. It's just like, here's an unfinished room, I guess. It feels a little bit awkward, honestly. And in this section, I did rightfully remember that there was an item over here. So there was something to be gained from running around. This extra life shroom. I mean, look at how many life shrooms I had in my inventory at that point. So many. You know, now that I think about it, aren't those doors a little bit tall to be reached by a toad? How does the toad open the door? They must just be push doors. Like, the door handle must just be decoration. Although, if the door handle was decoration, why do they make that noise? Oh, hey, there's a bug in here. Hello, bug. Go away, bug. I like how the, Princess Peach's bed has the same cloud texture around it as the clouds of flower fields when you fight Huff and Puff. Just a small detail I just now happened to notice. I don't think I realized that at any point leading up. It doesn't... like, it kind of bothers me, actually, though, because I don't really like how it looks, because the cloud material is... It's not... It's an off... it's nicotine colored is how I would describe it. Like, it looks kind of dirty. Mario, help! If it isn't my old pal, Mario, I've been waiting for you. I'm amazed that you managed to come this far. How lucky, for me. You've been a distraction for far too long, little man. It'll be a pleasure to squash you personally again. Mario! Fool, you can't beat me. I'm invincible. Alright, Mario, let's see your so-called power. So yeah, here's Bowser Fight Part 1. So you might be thinking to yourself, wait, but Moth's been talking about the game crashing, and I haven't seen it crash yet. Is Moth, like, okay? Is Moth feeling okay? Trust me, it's gonna crash. It's gonna do it. Just not gonna do it quite yet. It's gonna do it at an even worse time. He's gonna do it at probably the single worst time. One of the single worst times I can think of, anyway. Motherfucking poison claws. Bullshit. So here we see the star beam for the first time. What in the world was that? Huh? What happened to the power of the stupid star rod? Oh gosh, my ears are hurting from wearing these headphones. Ah, you cheap little coward. This fight's just beginning. I mean, this fight is a little unfair. It's 2v1. I think it is a good thing that your followers never really quite match the power level of Mario. Like, they all have their own little uses. Like, every single partner has their utility. But, you know, they're never stronger than Mario, and I think that was a very wise choice, design-wise. I mean, it'd just be weird if one of your followers was more powerful than Mario. Also a very good thing that the star beam did not actually use any star power. Like, this fight would have sucked so much if it would have required star power. Yeah, Bowser's dead. That's how we beat the game. Yep, that's it, guys. We're done. Oh wait, no we're not. Gosh! You're not bad. How did you get that strong? Still, you're just an annoyance. That was just a warm-up for me. No. No! Leave me alone! Mario, help me! And then Bowser's like, "Aw, I'm fucking off. If you want to save Princess Peach, you better follow me." And so we do. We follow Bowser. We get Goombario out for the final lure. We climb the stairs. Where do the stairs go? To one of the towers. Which seems to serve absolutely no purpose. Other than having you go further up. Like, maybe it's an observatory tower? Like, you just go up so you can stand up there and look over the Mushroom Kingdom, I guess? I mean, there's windows. But, like, honestly, functionally, Princess Peach's castle doesn't really seem like a good place to live, the more that I think about it. I don't think I would want to live in Princess Peach's castle. Like, I mean, look at that, like... I mean, I'd say it's an observatory, but it clearly... Well, maybe not. Maybe those flower beds were just cut into. Welcome to your nightmare. You should thank me, Mario. Since you've been my rival for so long, I've arranged a special arena for your defeat. Button. Walkway dismissed. You like it? You're completely trapped. How does it feel, huh?
Mario, be careful.
You fell right into our trap, and you call yourself a hero? Did you think we were foolish enough just to sit back and watch as you saved the star spirits? I've put together a little surprise for you. A device which increases Bowser's power. King Bowser will be so powerful that you will not even compare. The power of the Star Spirits will not compare. You'll now truly be invincible thanks to my wisdom. Are you ready, my king? Then power up! Oh yes. Big. Ah, yes, Kamikoopa, that was incredible. I feel like I'm exploding with power. Natural Bowser enhancement. Now I'll be able to squash this cheeky plumber. Why did I get edgy voice all of a sudden instead of my usual Bowser voice? Hey you Mario, I'm not gonna be like before, you mustached loser, prepare to be beaten. I don't know. I guess this is just how Bowser sounds now. Final lore, here we go. It's the evil King Bowser. I think he got bigger. That's not a good sign. He has a huge arsenal of attacks, from blowing clouds of fire to jumping on us. Fire attack 10, stamp nail attack, / nail attack 8. I'm sure he has other attacks that I don't know. Kamikoopa's mysterious device has somehow beefed up his power even more. That's hardly fair. You should use that star beam whenever he uses the star rod to increase his power. Oh, you already knew that? So he's got 99 health. The same as the Master, incidentally enough. I tried. It doesn't work. But I tried. Ow. Incidentally, I think that I would have been fine, with this fight continuing. Spoiler alert, it's gonna crash still. We're getting very, very close to the end, though. Time to increase my power with the good old Star Rod. See, it's really hard for me to drop my voice naturally down that low. To do Bowser's voice, it always hurts my throat. So I don't think I'm going to do it too much for the rest of the stream here. Yeah, fuck Star Spirits. Ooh, you idiot, that weak attack doesn't affect me anymore. Oh no, we're in trouble, the star beam doesn't work. That bad monster's gonna beat us up now for sure. No, beat us up. Because if they did anything more than beat you up, the age rating would have to go up. What can I do? The way things are going, Bowser will surely defeat him. Somebody please, help Mario. Why do you have to constantly run your mouth? Keep quiet. Suddenly, Twink. Oh, Princess Peach, are you alright? I'll get you out of those ropes. Twink, I'm so glad you're okay. You insolent little star kid, how dare you! Anyway, do you remember what I was talking about this game crashing? Do you know what this black screen means? This black void? This black eternal darkness that is unceasing? I'll give you a hint. It's not that the game's still running properly. Oh yeah. I told you it was gonna crash at a horrible point. Ding! The technical issues BRB screen, as I like to call it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Restart. So I guess there really was only one crash, huh? Either that or it was such a small inconvenience that I entirely missed out on it. But I'm guessing that there was just only one crash and I was just yeah. Yeah. So this time I don't spend quite so much messing around. I kind of just jump straight into the fight and go in it in a much more prepared fashion. Trying to just catch up, make sure that it wasn't going to crash again as soon as it gets to that part. Yeah, yep. Nightmare. Push the button. Bye-bye walkway. Spirals of shadowy death. Okay, spirals of shadowy death are after the discussion. Here we go. Spirals of shadowy death, then lightning, natural Bowser enhancement. Going in for the kill. But this time, things were different. This time, Mario wasn't fucking around. Mucho DiMaggio. Mario gets some action from the Star Spirits in the form of a smooch. Overwhelmed, he is restored in power, prepared to combat any foe. His faithful companion Watt, delivering the zap zap kabzap bizap bizap attack. Although the power of the Star Rod had been utilized, Mario utilized the Star Beam to even the playing field. But unfortunately, this time it would not work. Peach, disturbed by the series of events, wants to do something. Twink shows up to save the world. Although Princess Peach's bindings had been undone, Kammy Koopa had recovered. A fight breaks out between these two unexpected combatants. Or three, rather. You little whippersnapper, you're too young to fight me. I'm not afraid of you. Oh, be careful, Twink. Not that there's no top bar in this fight.
Yeah. Did I just feel a breeze, or was that really your attack? Oh, Twink.
No, Peach doesn't, like, try to attack Cammy or anything like that. No, Peach contributes this fight to believing in Twink. Or by believing in Twink, rather.
Ow, why you little? So you can fight a little.
Plop.
Yo, what's going on? Fights it seem like das little star kid's getting stronger.
Also, why can I do this, like, voice so much better now that I'm, like, kind of drunk? Maybe I'm not doing it better and I'm just assuming that I am because I'm drunk. And here we go, through the power of Peach's faith. The block attack could not do damage.
It can't be. My attacks, they do not work. Oh no. Ah, now I remember. The stars, they get all of the power from ordinary people's wishes. Peach's wishes are giving that little star kid power.
Expository battle that had no real input.
Oh, King Bowser, I have failed you.
Oh, yes, we did it, Twink. Now we must save Mario. But what can I do? I know, Princess Peach. Make a wish. Just like you did for me, make a wish to give more power to the Star Spirits. Think of the Mushroom Kingdom, Star Haven, Mario, make a wish to the stars, thinking of all of those things. If your wish is strong enough, it'll reach the Star Spirits and give them strength. Okay, Twink, I'll try. Music change. I'll go help Mario. What's the matter, Mario? Feeling a bit under the weather? You ought to work out more. Blip. Oh my, I feel a great power flooding into me. Honorable Star Spirits, I'll do what I can to help. Twink? What a surprise. I feel the wishes of Princess Peach and all of the Mushroom Kingdom are giving us power. Perhaps now we can match Bowser's strength. Okay, now Mario, don't give up. Everyone's behind you. Receive our power and do your very best. Power up the Star Beam. So, theory, the Toad Hive Mind has only begun to assist in this endeavor after Princess Peach began praying. They just instinctively knew that Peach wanted something through their stalker powers. Also, possibly, reportee? Is that what I called them? Mario, are you still standing? You should just give up. You'll never beat me. Cool battle music, we'll say that. Very cool battle music. The Peach Beam. No longer the Star Beam, it has become the Peach Beam. And, through the combined power of the Star Spirits and of Twink, they are able to deactivate the Star Rod. Whoa, you gotta be kidding me, my Star Rod power's gone. Bowser was disturbed, but not wholly dissuaded from continuing in the mortal conflict he found himself in with Mario. What, using her abilities, upgraded Mario's attack. Bowser responds with a burst of flames. Relying on a classic move, Mario jumps up and down on top of Bowser's head, followed up by another zappity zappa zappa zap. Poison claws are powerful, but not powerful enough to dissuade Mario from his continued attacks. Again, jumping. 1, 2. We've never seen Mario throw a punch. Perhaps his arms aren't as strong as we might think. Again with the fire. Feeling desperate, Mario calls upon the Star Spirit's power to once again receive them kissy kissy goodness points. Yes, 20 kissy kissy goodness points received. Accidentally selecting the wrong attack, Moth has Watt do something absolutely ineffective. The Star Rod's power has returned to Bowser, signaling that it is time once again to rely upon the Peach Beam. As is evident, the Peach Beam vastly surpasses the natural power of the Star Rod, once again deactivating it and leaving the situation back on a more neutral ground. Again, the zappity zappa zappa zap for another 5 damage. It's looking to be a close fight, folks. The continuation of the poison effect is gonna hurt. Fortunately, Mario has a fuck ton of life shrooms. And it's a hammer attack, folks! For a whopping 6 damage. Not quite as strong as a jump. This battle's not over yet. Oh, but it's Mario's lucky day. The attack has missed. It's time to eat French fries. Product placement. Fast food. Healthy eating habits? Not here. Again, with the hammer. Despite its relatively ineffectual nature compared to the jump. Again, with the Star Rod. As would be expected, Mario follows up with another Peach Beam. You gotta wonder why Bowser even bothers to use the Star Rod, knowing that Mario has access to the Peach Beam. Oh, what's this? Lightning attack. That's new, folks. Mario still has not seemed to figure out that the hammer attack is overall not as powerful as the jump attack. Oh, again, it's Mario's lucky day. Perhaps Moth is using the hammer attack because it's been roughly 3 hours and 15 some minutes into this playtime, and their ability to correctly hit the jump command is failing. Particularly with how high up Bowser's head is, given his enormous proportions. A little known fact, despite Bowser's apparent girth, he's actually very lightweight. Similar to a bird, his bones are hollow, and most of the interior of his shell is empty space. And styrofoam. You heard it here, folks. After all, we've actually seen Mario grab Bowser by the tail and throw him. Mario's just another ordinary guy who can jump around 8 feet in the air. So, it's not entirely reasonable to consider that Bowser could be anything more than perhaps 40 to 60 pounds. Bowser continues to waste his turns and the time of both himself and of Mario by producing the Star Rod's power once more. You gotta wonder if he's just buying for time. What's that? Another Electro Dash? Fortunately, Bowser uses the power of the Star Rod to heal himself up. He's not going down easily. That 30 HP restoration is a full 10 points above what he was using in the previous fight. Oh, you know what they say about lightning, it never strikes the same place 3 times in a row, or rather 9 times in a row, seeing as he summons 3 separate instances of lightning. Another lightning attack. Apparently, lightning does hit 12 times in a row. At this point, you gotta wonder, would Bowser have been better served with a taser? Moth carefully considers the situation. Jump or hammer? Jump or hammer? It looks like Moth has decided to continue to use the hammer. Okay, I've gotten a little bit too into using that voice to narrate this fight. I'm trying to go for vague, like, 1950s Americana, like, radio host. I don't know if it's actually coming across as that. You gotta say, those fire attacks sure are brutal. Despite the apparent variety of the forms of Bowser's attacks, the damage output is surprisingly consistent. There's a lot of Peach Beam. There is a lot of Peach Beam. I mean, I guess they give you this power, they really want to make sure that you use it. It's kind of funny to think about how, like, little Star Beam actually gets used. Because it's like you literally have one fight, and then it's like, nope, it's Peach Beam now, and it's better. Oh, it's a Life Shroom! We knew that Mario had a lot of those, but who would have seen at least one being used actually coming into play? I wonder what Bowser's thinking right now. It's probably something along the lines of, is my opponent a zombie? Mario is going in for a little romantic action. Another 20 kissy points. And a zappity zap 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 attack following up. Oh. What's this? Bowser's gotten fed up of that attack that Mario wasn't even using. Has deprived him of it. At this point, folks, it doesn't even seem like a fair fight. Mario could go down another 4 times, roughly, before he would actually be out of the fight. I guess that's why you bring life shrooms to a star fight. So Mario's wearing boots. What is that boot that just fell down on the screen? Is that like the boot icon? The metaphysical boot? The knowledge of how to jump? Manifested in visual form? Makes you think, doesn't it? Because it's very definitively not the boots that Mario's wearing, because otherwise Mario would have been wearing his socks or barefoot or something like that. It's... Yeah, oh. It's time for an Ultra Shroom, folks! That's not nearly as impressive as if Mario had actually had 50 health points at the end of this game, but that's still restoring entirely to full health. Never mind that Jelly Ultra that's waiting to be used. Remember, kids, always practice safe mushroom lubrication practices. If you lubricate your mushroom, it goes down easier. Oh, what's this? It looks like Bowser's out of the fight. Oh no. Mario defeated me again. He always defeats me. This time I became invincible and I still couldn't beat him. Darn it. Maybe you'd better give up, chum. There we go. That's what we've been doing this quest for this entire time. The Star Rod. Which is vastly larger than Mario for some reason. Oh, Mario! Mario, I knew you would save me. Thank you, Mario. Huh? I'm awake, huh? What's going on? This isn't part of my plan. Yo, Kami Koopa, what's with all the shaking? Ah, your kingship. The battle with Mario seems to have been too much. The devices are increasing your power seem to have started malfunctioning. It's entirely screwed up, and the power appears to be heading back into the castle. I hate to tell you this, but both your castle and this spot right here are about to explode. We must flee, my evil king. We have no choice. What? Are you really? That's a big problem. Let's get right out of here. Yeah! And then they got exploded. And then, because of all of the power, the mysterious unknown power of power, the castle blew the fuck up. Explosion. Blinding lights. Bubbles. Space. Heterosexuals, presumably. Giant. giant straight people. What the fuck am I on? Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Oh, Mario, thank you. You did it. You brought back our precious star rod. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. We will use it to bring peace back to this world. And now we'll be able to grant everyone's wishes again. All of this is thanks to you, Mario. When you look into the night sky, you'll know that the glittering stars are praising you for your courage. Look upon their bright light and remember our thanks. You really took it to Bowser, Mario. Really socked it to him. What impressive strength. Yeah, I knew you could do it. Mario, don't you think that you don't know how hard you work for all of us? Don't you think we don't know how hard? It must have been very difficult. We won't forget your efforts. I hope Bowser learns something from all this. Maybe he'll behave himself now, although I'd say the chances of that are pretty slim. Ah, well. No words can express completely how thankful we are for all you've done. I hope his return, both to Star Haven and all of the Mushroom Kingdom. We are in your debt, Mario. And Twink, may I say, you really rose to the occasion. You've proven yourself to be a grown-up star. Go on. Well, I think it's time we return to Star Haven. All of us stars are waiting for us there, no doubt. It's time to say goodbye for now, Mario. May the stars forever shine brightly upon you. Mario, I'd like to thank you too. And Princess Peach, it was an honor to help in your time of need. I hope maybe someday to see you again. For now, I'm gonna go become a respectable star and make people's wishes come true. Thank you so much for helping me, Twink. You've always been a stellar friend to me. Princess Peach. I... Oh, well, no, never mind. I have to go too. Thank you very much, Mario. I'll always remember you, Princess Peach. Goodbye. Do you think those glittery bits, that star glitter, might be like star pollen? That's how they reproduce. We finally know the truth. It's the star pollen. They mix their star pollen. Their stardust. Ugh. I cannot just let this game end on a good note, can I? I am determined to ruin people's childhoods. Oh, so that's it, huh? That's how you took the Star Rod back from Bowser. Well, it seems like another wild adventure in the books, bro. The castle's back in its normal place and everyone's returned home safely. You came through in the end, just like you always do. I know you've been back for a few days now, but I bet you still kind of feel like you're on an adventure, don't you? That reminds me. The pals who traveled with you, I wonder what they're up to now. Well, let's conveniently answer that question. Gumbario! Hey, Perry Carey, what's up? I thought you were back at work delivering letters. Hahaha, I sure am. This isn't a social call. I dropped by to bring a letter to you, Gumbario. It's from Princess Peach. Huh? From Princess Peach? Whoa, what's she writing me for? Read it and find out. I gotta deliver more letters. Thanks, Parakarry. See ya. Keep working hard, buddy. Hey, Goombario, what did Princess Peach write in her letter? Let me see. Hang on, Goombaria. Jeepers, this is an invitation to a party at the castle. It says that the princess is having a party and I'm invited to go have fun. Whoa. interesting that Watt goes back to live with the Shy Guys. I wonder what she's what she's actually doing with the Shy Guys. Like, is she their new de facto leader now that General Guy's gone?
Now then, gentlemen, it's time to scale the frosty heights to the Crystal Palace. Cooper, old boy, you're in charge of guiding us. Your prior experience is terribly important to the success of our expedition. Yeah, leave it to me, I know the place front to back.
Cooper?
Huh? Parakarry, what brings you here?
Ah, phew, I finally made it. I have a letter from you from Princess Peach.
Oh wow, this is an invitation to a huge party at Princess Peach's castle. It's directly from Princess Peach herself. I got her signature on it and everything, cool. Oh, there's no way I could miss a bash this big, but I can't just turn my back on this expedition after I promised Professor Colorado. I should stay here. Oh, poppycock! Balderdash! Don't be daft, dear boy! Turning down such an invitation would be terribly impolite. This is a golden opportunity. Go to the party this instant. Don't spare me another thought. That would ruin the party if the hero of Koopa Village, nay, the hero of the Mushroom Kingdom, wasn't even there. I knew you'd say that, Professor Colorado. You're so kind and generous. I'll do it. I hope you guys will be all right without me. I'm gonna party. Oh, Colorado, I have a message from you from your wife. Don't bother coming back home, you wandering buffoon, you no-good husband. That was a message from your wife. Colorado, you set out on this expedition without telling your wife again, didn't you? Boy, she was so furious. Oh, good gracious. Parakarry, why in the world didn't you tell me that first? This is a crisis, old boy. I must speed away back home with all due speed. I'm, like, putting more effort into voice acting this ending than I put into anything else in this series. Huh? Did you hear something outside? I think I did. I'll go take a look. I should just do Cockney Luigi. Hey bro, guess what? Parakarry stopped by to drop off a party invitation from Princess Peach. He said he's also invited the party, so he took off and said he'd see us in the castle when we arrived. Now, we'd better go too. Who sends out invitations for a party that's like, the exact instant people get the invitations? It's like, no, come now. Like, is Peach that spoiled? Seriously? Give a few days notice at least. Okay, listen Mario, I'm just gonna run on ahead. There's something important that I have to do. What is it? Sorry bro, it's, top secret. I love it when Toad Town is full of partygoers. I'm gonna talk to as many of them as I possibly can. Mario, where are you going? I'm sure the Princess Peach is waiting for you at the party. So I kind of prioritized really only talking to some of the more story-relevant characters. I could have gone to each and every NPC individually, but for the most part they all say variations of like, wow, Princess Peach is back! I'm so happy, you defeated Bowser! Yay, a party, wow! Oh, I'm just arrived at Toad Town. What a long walk. It's been taking little rests. Goomba must be feeling spry. He went ahead with the grandkids already. Oh, the kids went ahead with their dear old Goomba. Goombaria is jumping for joy. Dear, dear. Kids are bundles of energy, aren't they? The castle's come back. Quiz! It's your old pal Truck Quizmo. How'd you like to take part in the quiz game? Nah, just kidding. Let's just enjoy the party.
Heart. I want to know the secrets of that NPC. I feel like I want an entire game about that NPC, just Heart Toad Lady. Toadtown News, Princess Peach rescued, castle descends, commemorative party to be held. Just like we knew he would, Mario defeated Bowser and rescued our dear princess. Oh my god, I just had a thought. What if the reason why Peach gets kidnapped is because the Toads hire Bowser to kidnap Peach in an attempt to get Mario to hook up with Peach? That changes everything. Everything. Now I'm stewing on this. I heard all. I know. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do the Pengy voice. I can't go a little Fargo with the Pengy voice. I came here so I could see Lady Bow, dressed up in all of her finery. I know that Princess Peach is beautiful, but Lady Bow is even prettier. If it isn't a nice guy, you made it after all, yes? I, Mufasta, knew all along that you would defeat evil Bowser. But you know what? I didn't even get to read the end of that. Oh, it's you, Mario. Thanks for coming for everything and all you did for our village. I wonder how I got here. I befriended a strange whale that ferried me over. Next time, I'd like to bring the whole village with me. I like how the Mario universe just doesn't have boats. It looks like today's party will be even bigger than the last one. Lots of singing and dancing instead of an earthquake. I know that's not the voice I gave him, but I can't remember what voice I gave him back at when he was a relevant character. Mario, welcome to the castle. Princess Peach should be here very shortly. And now, Princess Peach. Ta-da! Greetings to you all. I'm so glad everyone could be here on this special day. The Star Rod stolen by Bowser has been returned to its rightful place in Star Haven. Peace has once again returned to the Mushroom Kingdom. Above us, the stars shine with more beauty and power than ever before. It seems that they're sending us... I didn't get that. Mario, Goombario, Cooper, Bombette, Pericary, Bo, Watt, Sushi, Lackluster, and everyone across the lands of the Mushroom Kingdom. We've regained peace because of all of your efforts. Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I hope that the Mushroom Kingdom will enjoy peace and prosperity for a long time to come, perhaps forever. This is my heartfelt wish. So, let's celebrate. Enjoy the festivities, everyone. And now it's time for the credit/parade roll. Marching Band Luigi. So, one very cool thing about this that you will probably pick up on if I shut up is that the music for the outro actually takes on a lot of influences and uses the instruments of the different places. So if you listen, the instruments will change and kind of touch up on the themes of the different places. Man, why didn't Chuck Quizmo become a recurring character? Here's our first example. Honestly, they put a lot of love into this outro. The eggs finally hatch. I don't even think I realized that at first. Kenji Nakajima. Oh boy, stuck in a tree the entire time. I think he's been in like a coma in that tree. Like, do you think that Red and Blue Goomba have been trying to like get him food, like water, that entire time? Raphael the Raven is still one of my favorite characters in this game. You know, honestly, I think that the lava piranha was a little bit too dull, like a little bit too stupid to actually be evil. So I'm kind of glad to see it on the float. Gourmet guy's just like, holy shit, you can eat clouds. This is amazing. Yay, magic fight. You know, it's weird to see Bowser in the parade. Lots of great visual humor here. Even though I just watched the parade like 2 weeks ago when I first recorded all of this, like, for some reason, for the life of me, I just don't remember, like, any of it. I think it's just because, like, after the Bowser fight, you know, you're just sort of de-stressing from having played the game, and, you know, you're just kicking back, and it's like, you let it happen, you watch the parade, this is your reward for beating the game. They did so many custom sprites for this parade scene. It's actually really interesting, like the music toads and all of the, like, most of the companions had some custom sprites done. Like Parakarry definitely had one that I didn't see during the game. And like most of the floats, like their textures are things that only have been shown at this very end scene here. I do appreciate getting to see the runway guy though again. He's cute. Or she, I don't know. Why do they have to have a gender? Why am I giving them genders? Why am I gendering Shy Guys? The general guy is still one of my favorite. Why do they gotta be shy guys and not shy gals, huh? Huh? Sorry, I'll shut up. Poor little shy guy. Shy guys are still one of my favorite, like, enemies. So, what's with these bioluminescent toads? Like, I want to read so much into all of these things and, like, what it says about the Mushroom Kingdom. You know, there just are bioluminescent toads. Like, this is just a thing. This is a thing that exists. Mario and Princess Peach walk off together. Into the bushes, mind you. Okay, yeah, they go to Mario's house, but still. And finally, there we have it. The end of Paper Mario 64. One of my favorite games in the world, and one that I'm actually really sad to see end because I had so much fun playing it. But that just means there are so many other fantastic games to go out and enjoy. Well, I've done it. I actually sat down and managed to revoice an entire 3-hour, 50-minute video. I didn't buckle and decide to just leave it undone on YouTube. And note that this was done with a little bit of love, not only for the game, but also for my audience. I hope you guys appreciated my narrative, even though it was not the original narrative that I had given this exciting adventure, and even though it was, you know, obviously not done live. It's good to have this game completed, and I'll have a Paper Mario playlist up shortly that has the full game beginning to end. But for now, it's time for us to say goodnight. It's time for me to retire, as it is almost 3 in the morning, and I need to get some sleep at some point. So, good night.